Hi ladies, and welcome back to my Chick Dig Sports. This week I thought I would actually do a etiquette for baseball for women because I just actually got to see my team here in Southern California. As many of y'all know, I actually am a Southern native. I live in Southern California now, and I watch a lot of baseball. So I was at a ball game the other day, and I had one of those awful days, ladies, where all the teams I liked lost. I went 0 for 3. And remember what that means? That means we put like good news in front of bad. So the first number is always wins and the second number is always losses. So if I went 0 for 3, that means 3 of the teams I liked lost and none of them won. Basically, this is how I think of it. Ladies, it's like going shopping and having a pocket full of money and finding absolutely nothing that fits. It's just a nightmare. Figured that would be easier for y'all to relate. So, of course, when I'm at a ball game, I'm there with my dad. This is one of the few times of the year that we actually go out on a date on, just him and I. We go to watch a ball game, and I see things here that, I don't know if I see them in every stadium in America. I've been to a good handful of them. I don't think it's all the same. So, ladies, I have a little bit of etiquette rules for you. Some of this is actually going to trickle down outside of sports, outside of baseball, but for the time being, let's just go for what we know right now. I think the first thing I'm going to say is dress appropriately. Ladies, if it's 98 degrees at your house, it's more than likely 98 degrees at the ball game. Now, where I live, it'll start off in a ball game at 98 degrees, and then it will end at about 50 degrees. And that's the one thing about living in Southern California. The temperature does change that sporadically. So all of a sudden, you are in shorts and a tank top, and you need to be wearing jeans and a sweater. That's just how it is out here. So dress appropriately. My favorite thing about this is stiletto heels. I don't know how many times I have gone to a ball game and seen women grown-ass women, wearing 6-inch stiletto slut heels. Now, ladies, I am all for a good pair of slut heels, okay? I just bought a friggin' beautiful pair of stiletto heels that will make you absolutely bow down and cry to the gods of shoes if you got to see them. Plus, I got them at a special deal for like $7. Total side note, but I'm very proud. At any rate, I do not want to wear them to a ball game. Could you just imagine? You are going to walk like 2 miles in a ball game. You park your car, you have to walk into the stadium, and 9 times out of 10, y'all, once you get into the stadium, you are nowhere near your seats. So, if you're going on a date, I know you want to look hot, girls. I'm all for us ladies looking hot. But try to find some shoes that aren't going to make the guy you're with go, oh my God, am I really at a baseball game with a girl wearing stiletto heels? Saw this numerous times. I don't know how you do it. It's almost as bad as seeing it at an amusement park, but I'm going to let it slide there. Don't wear stiletto heels to a baseball game. I'm just saying. On a little side note with that, if you're there with a guy who's like got his face covered in paint and no shirt on, when it gets to 50 degrees, more than likely he ain't going to have a jacket for you. So remember in baseball, as in most sports, bring a blanket, bring a jacket, bring something that's going to keep y'all warm because I promise you're more than likely going to need it. So the next big rule of etiquette, I think, is drinking and tailgating. Now, this one you might need, because at all baseball stadiums that I've ever been to, beer is like $8 bazillion a piece. I mean, where else can you go, ladies, and spend like $40 on a 6-pack? It's absolutely ridiculous. So tailgating, I always like to use this as proper etiquette. Remember this, there are going to be kids around. This is a family event. Baseball, of all the sports, is the biggest family event there is. So if you're going to tailgate with your man, with your friends, outside of a ball game, be courteous. Don't be screaming. Don't be yelling. Don't be showing off the booze. Where we live now, you're not really supposed to drink when you tailgate, which I don't understand. I didn't think you could tailgate without alcohol. Maybe that's something I don't understand, but so always make sure you're keeping it cool. You're hanging out. You're not screaming. You're not yelling. Usually this falls for men, ladies, and typically they do it a little less when we're around. Just something I thought I'd throw out there because I saw this crazy girl freaking out. Had a little too much to drink. Needed to have somebody hold her hair back. It was awful. Ladies, we never want to act like that out at the clubs. It's not attractive. So believe me, at a ball game, less attractive. Especially if your butt's in a friggin' jersey and stiletto heels. Also remember this. If you want to get a good buzz, which you do because the alcohol prices are outrageously high, do it with a little bit of consideration. Think about others. Remember that you are at a family event. I know it's really hard to think about, too, because most of the time you're there, and you're there with someone who you want to impress, and you're there and you really want to have a good time. I totally get that. So always remember, we're at a family event. Tailgating is a blast. Do a little bit of courtesy. I think one of the other things I like to remember too, and this was always a nightmare for me growing up, is I get that we are in information age. Everybody's going to have their cell phone, their iPad, whatever it is, some sort of a tablet now that you can carry with you. But don't bring a book into a ball game. I know that you're still learning and that you're not going to get to see everything. You're not going to figure everything out, especially ladies if this is one of the first few games you've ever been to. But take a second, have your phone, take a few pictures, I get that. But don't bring a book into a ball game. Don't sit on your phone the whole time. If you're out somewhere, enjoy where you are. This is a good method and lesson for life too. Wherever you are at that moment, be there. Enjoy it. Bring in the sounds, the smells, the lights. Baseball for me, that is what so much of it is about, is that. Any stadium you go to, enjoy it. There's so much going on. There's usually enough to stimulate every sense repeatedly, because we do live in an instant gratification world and everything has to be stimulated at once. So definitely go in there without that. Now, I don't know if anywhere else in the country that does this, but this is one of my biggest pet peeves and my biggest rule of etiquette. In Southern California, because we live by the beach, apparently that means that we need to take beach balls to baseball games. No other game I've ever been to we do this. I've never gone to a football game when we had a team here where we did this. For the love of everything sacred and holy, stop bringing beach balls to baseball games. I had to throw it in there. I don't know if this happens at any other stadium. Ladies, send me a Facebook message and let me know. Because on a side note, in California, we don't serve beer in the stands, so it's bad enough that I'm going to get hit in the head with a beach ball, but I'm also not going to get a beer brought to me in the stands. Oh, good Lord. So it is something that I've noticed at every ball game. People are always throwing the beach balls down. Girls, I get it. Some people really enjoy it. Some people have a good time. I personally am there to actually watch the baseball game. I know, what an idea, huh? And enjoy the company of the person or people that I'm with. But beach balls drive me nuts. So if you're part of that crew, do me a favor, keep it at home. If I want to see a beach ball, I'll drive the 2 miles from my house and go sit on the beach and watch a ton of beach balls, volleyballs, baseballs, scooters, whatever it is that people like to bring on the beach. Just don't bring it to a ball game. I don't understand why, but in Southern California, it's a big deal. Almost kind of like the wave. Now, again, I don't know if this is a big deal in other stadiums. When I've gone to other stadiums, I haven't seen it anywhere else but Southern California. I guess because we are so overstimulated in this area and in this country, people can't wait in between plays to do something, so they have to create something else to do, which I guess that means standing up and waving when the wave comes around. If you're going to do this, be courteous of those around you, and remember that some people are there with their families trying to watch a ball game, trying to entertain, trying to have a really good time. So enjoy yourself, and don't do that. Don't stand in front of others. And that's another thing. So I'm at the game the other day with my dad, and these ladies have decided that they're going to try to sell something to people in the stands, so they're actually standing in front of us. Now, I'm all for people selling and making money and doing what they do to take care of their families. There has to be a time and a place for it, because I'm going to tell you this. You could be selling a popsicle full of gold right there on a stick, right in front of me for $5. That's worth 50 grand. But more likely than not, I'm going to see you standing in front of me and irritating me and not buy it. Again, time and a place for everything. So ladies, definitely keep in mind that standing in front of people, every time you stand up in the stands, there's somebody behind you who can't see. So I always like to do, and I have a 5-year-old daughter, so trust me, I have to watch this because she'll stand up at any given moment and just stand there. What I like to do, have some courtesy, get out into the aisles. It's a lot easier for others around you to watch the game. Now, one of the things I love, love, love about baseball is in the 7th inning, everybody stands up and breaks out into song. It is so much fun. Enjoy it. Stand up. You might not know the song, but I promise you will eventually, and it is such a blast to learn. Always come with an open mind. Always come and know that you're going to see something great and get to enjoy something. Maybe you'll have a great conversation. Maybe you'll get to see a bunch of kids with their families, which is always cool to see. Maybe you'll get to see a home run that basically kills a family at 4 in the upper deck because it barely lands. Who knows what you're going to see. But as I said in the first intro blog, we all watch sports, ladies, to see something great. So just a few rules I noticed. I hope maybe it cracked you up just a little bit. I hope maybe you're thinking, okay, that makes sense to me. No stiletto heels. Good Lord. So ladies, have a fantastic day. And remember what I always say. Once we've learned about sports, ladies, we will basically know it all. Thanks, girls.